Hi, my name is Amit and I am from Doggies. Welcome to another episode of What's in My Dog's Food. So today we're going to talk about Acana adult small breed dog food. If you remember, very recently we covered the Acana adult large breed as well. And this is basically an equivalent of that food, one of the two core products by Acana in India, but specifically for smaller breeds. Let's straight away dive further into this product and see what do we have here. Now we all already know the format. We are going to go through the composition of this food and see what's good, what's not. The first component in this product is fresh chicken meat, 12%. The second is chicken meal, which is also 12%. Now, the only difference between fresh chicken meat and chicken meal would be that fresh chicken meat is the human grade consumption chicken, and chicken meal basically is a combination of chicken's meat, bone, organs, all blended together in a process which is called rendering. Next is turkey meal. Effectively exactly the same thing as chicken meal, all organs and bones crushed together, but that of a turkey. Red lentils. Now suddenly it has started sounding to me a little similar to what we discussed in Acana adult large breed, but we'll come back to that. Red lentils is basically nothing but masoor ki dal, which is high in protein. Whole green peas. Now, whole green peas is obviously a good source of protein, but it's a vegetarian source of protein. And there are some debates about what kind of protein it actually provides, but this is not the video to get in detail about that. Next is field beans. In Bombay, we call it turai. In different parts of the country, I believe there are different names for the same vegetable, but effectively it is from the same family as peas, high in protein. Next is chicken fat, which is 5%. Now, this is the fat which has been actually extracted from whole chicken and then separately added as an additive to kind of make the food more palatable and also add a little kind of glaze to it. Fresh chicken giblets, basically liver, heart, kidney, the organs, which are very good source of not just protein but also vitamin B, minerals, and calcium. Next is herring meal. Herring is a kind of fish. Again, now this is something that we are going to discuss in separate videos on what exactly kind of fish herring is and what are the great things about it. But it's basically a seawater fish, and 4% of that is basically just the entire fish, including the scales, the bones, and everything else. Then there is fresh whole eggs, 4%. Now, obviously, it's a great thing to have in your dog's food. The only thing you need to be careful about is if your dog is in any way allergic to egg yolk or generally egg in a general sense. Next is fresh whole flounder, 4%. It's another kind of fish, very high in protein, great in omega and other great fatty acids. But the thing to note here is that the earlier fish, which was herring, was as a meal, which includes bones and everything else. While this one is fresh whole flounder, which means that the parts that are not fit for human consumption are not added. So that's a great thing for this specific one. Then we have herring oil, basically herring fish. So the omega oil that I was talking about earlier, those oils are added synthetically as well. Next is sun-cured alfalfa, which is at 2%. Some of you might remember this ingredient from our last video of adult large breed. Now this particular ingredient has very good antioxidant properties, which can help a lot of dogs greatly. So this sun-cured alfalfa 2% is a great ingredient. So next is green lentils at 2%, which is basically normal dal that we have. Again, simple source of protein, vegetarian in nature. Whole yellow peas. Now, most of the items beyond this point are not mentioned as percentages, so I'm just going to go through them. Until now, so as you must already be aware, these brands are supposed to mention these compositions in a decreasing form. So the maximum, the item which is maximum inside this food has to be first, and the minimum has to be at the end. So as I keep going down, you can yourself understand which one is the least in this particular food. So next is whole yellow peas, pea fiber. Now whole yellow peas and pea fiber have been added separately. I can understand whole yellow peas, great source of protein. Pea fiber can be added as a source of extra dietary fiber to the food, which can help a lot of dogs. Next is dried brown kelp. Now kelp, as you again must remember from our last video, I'm smiling simply because these are all exactly the same ingredients we have already discussed in our last video. This is a kind of seaweed which is very high in minerals, great for dogs. Fresh whole pumpkin, Again, it does not mention what's the quantity, so we just have to assume it's a decent one here. Uh, Great for dogs. Next is fresh whole butternut squash. It's from the same family of pumpkin and it's a great source of fiber and phosphorus. Next would be fresh whole parsnips, fresh kale, fresh spinach, and fresh mustard greens. I'm going to just count a couple more here. And fresh turnip greens. These are all basically green leafy vegetables which are very high in iron, zinc, and are great kind of a great way to have carbohydrates. Next three are fresh whole carrots, fresh delicious apples. Apparently, they are delicious for no good reason. And fresh barlet pears. These are good fruits, great fruits for dogs to have. And the good thing is that they've added it fresh. It's in no way kind of a mash of anything to kind of just add as a filler, which means they would help. They would be really good for your dog. Next would be freeze dried chicken liver, freeze dried turkey liver. Right now, again, I'm kind of grouping them together. Basically, they are both animal livers, which will provide proteins and a lot of fat, good quality fat to your dog's diet. Fresh whole cranberries, great source of antioxidants. Fresh whole blueberries, again, exactly the same. Chicory root, which is a prebiotic. If you would like to know more about what a prebiotic does, check out our other videos. We mentioned that in detail there. Turmeric, as we all know, has great anti-inflammatory properties. Next would be milk thistle, burdock root. Both of these are basically plants not found, not necessarily found in India so much, but they have great minerals. They are a great source of mineral and provide a lot of great nutrients to the body. Uh, Next is lavender. We all know lavender as a fragrance around our homes, but actually it has a lot. It has calming properties, which are really good for dogs, all sizes of dogs. Next is marshmallow root, which is not just great for skin but also has great healing properties. Last item on the list of ingredients is something called rose hips. It has antioxidant properties, and clearly it is the last item mentioned here, so it's the least in quantity, and it clearly will not make that much of a difference. But yeah, that's the overall composition that we have to look at. It looks really good. It looks like almost everything here is human grade, if not better, other than maybe a couple of meals. But bones, as we all know, is great for dogs, so that's not really a problem. Let's quickly look at the additives that they add over and above all these ingredients that you just saw. I basically see one or two additives only. The one major one is zinc chelate of amino acids hydrate, which is 100 mg. It's nothing but basically a zinc additive, which is meant to enable your pet's body break down the proteins better and kind of in an easier manner. So of course, this will help your pet digest the above mentioned ingredients in a better manner. They also mention something which is a zoo technical additive. I'm not going to go much into this. It's extremely chemical, and the quantity is extremely negligible. So I'm not going to go much into detail. However, let's now take a quick look at the pack and some of the other facts about this food. Uh, as we already know, Acana kind of harps upon the fact that it's 100% fresh. It's again mentioned here 60% fresh poultry and 40% is vegetable, fruits, and everything else, right? So they kind of harp upon this quite a bit. Let's move on and look at the guarantee analysis of this particular product. Now, one thing to notice is we do our guarantee analysis slightly different than the products do it. We actually remove the moisture from the entire percentage so as to give you a clearer perspective about what is in your dog's food, because that's something we clearly stand by. These numbers that we are mentioning you can see on our website, and you can also see how we reduce them. Let's look at this particular product. So there's 35% protein in this food. It's kind of a great number to have. Anything above 30 is a decent one. 35 is great. Anything above 38, 39 starts to go in the range of either awesome or maybe too much for your dog. So 35 is a great kind of balance to maintain. Then there is 19% fat in this food. These are all good fats, right? So you should not be scared of these fats. These are all fats from meat, fat from plants, fats from great sources. There's hardly anything additive in terms of fats. So great way to for your dog to kind of enjoy as well as grow. Uh, Ash is 8% in this food. We have a completely separate video planned for very, very soon where we will detail out what ash means. However, in the Acana adult large breed video, also we have detailed out what ash means. Check it out. It's basically minerals and vitamins in a kind of composed manner. And the last is carbohydrates and fiber. This food has a total of 38% carbohydrates. However, out of that, 5% is dietary fiber. So the net carbohydrates in this food is 33%, which is one third. It is not a problem to have 33% carbohydrates in your dog's food as long as it is coming from the right sources. This food, as we have already seen from the ingredients, everything comes from great sources. So I don't really see an issue with why the 33% carbohydrate would be a problem. Uh, One last thing, the energy density of this food. This food is 3,500 calories per kg approximately, kcal per kg, right? 3,510 kcal per kg, which is again kind of a middle of the road number. 4,000 kcal per kg is kind of what 3,800 to 4,000 is kind of what most foods go to. So the density is slightly lower, which is good for smaller sizes breeds because you kind of don't want them to overeat or kind of overeat and suddenly grow obese with this food. So that's a great number. Now let's take a quick look at some other facts about this particular food. First of all, you should definitely check out our website, Doggy the app, and all of these details are clearly mentioned over there. For example, things like this food is grain free. However, it is not hypoallergenic. Which means basically some of the ingredients that are commonly known to cause allergy might be present in this particular product. It's great for breeds of sizes extra small and small. So effectively up to a beagle or a cocker spaniel is what you can feed it to. Any breed which is bigger than that, you shouldn't. It should be fed to dogs who are at least 12 months and above. And any age is good beyond that point, right? In terms of what sizes does this product come into, the product comes in 3 sizes majorly. 340 grams, which effectively is a trialer pack. If you kind of want to explore if this food is something that your dog might like or not, you should definitely check that particular size out. And then there is 2 kg and 6 kg packs. The 2 kg pack is for 1599 rupees, and the price per kg comes down to about 800 rupees. Again, all this information is mentioned on the website. 6 kg pack comes for 3,799 rupees, and the price per kg there would be 633. So it's a great jump from between 2 kg and 6 kg. And if you are looking at buying this food, I would hugely recommend the 6 kg pack over the 2 kg one. So that's it from us this time. If you have any further questions about this particular product or any other dog food that is available on our website, kindly connect with us from there. Hit subscribe and press the bell icon so you get to know whenever we post our next video. It's time for me to say goodbye, but don't forget to tell your dog we said hi.